a number of different people involved in supporting children in care and young people who are care leavers. They involve social workers, designated teachers, care leaver team managers. There's a whole host of support workers in the background, and it can be a challenge for universities to engage with these different groups of practitioners.
So you really need to look at all aspects around the child, and sometimes it's not until you have a conference with all of the agencies together that you actually see all the different aspects of care and the way that issues can impinge on the child, or the way that when we work together we can really build on our strengths and improve things for the children.
The relationship between the virtual school and the university has to be one of mutual respect. It has to be one where you can listen to each other, and there's pressures on university to do outreach work, and I completely understand that, but that outreach work has to make a difference to the children that we're going to engage. Now that's where we come in as the virtual school. We provide that the opportunity for us to capture the children and work with the university to look at the programs that are actually going to make a difference.
You get richer data when you're collecting it from a number of different sources, rather than just having sort of 2 or 3 care leavers in one institution and 2 or 3 here. When you put all the numbers together, you can draw some conclusions and use that to inform your work.
It's about making an approach that is friendly, building relationships slowly, trying to find a situation where you can make sure that they get the most out of a university experience for themselves as well as their young people.
As a virtual school head, what I've learned about working with universities is it's really important to have a kind of named person or people that you can contact, even if they are signposting you to other people within the university that you might want to link up with.
If your child's in an accommodation that is totally not fit for purpose, they're not going to concentrate on their studies. So sometimes you need to think, has that child got everything in place? And make sure that we're looking at the common sense issues. You might spend hours poring over a curriculum to find out that the child can't get a bus pass.
I found that the best place to go was to a council. So we went straight to the council. We spoke to a person that works with a lot of different social workers, and we used that person as the one point of contact.
So, you know, they're keen, especially if you've got a young person who's in care, who's potentially missed quite a lot of classroom time due to placement instability and so on. The school is sometimes hesitant to let that pupil out of the classroom to participate in aspiration-raising activity. As your virtual head teacher, if you've got them on board, they can kind of step in and have a conversation with the school about the benefits of that, the longer term benefits in terms of the aspirations of the young person, their self-confidence, and hopefully re-energising them to engage with school really. So your virtual head teacher is a really, really important person for you to get to know and to keep that relationship with.
In Kent and Medway they have the virtual school scheme where we're able to identify young people in care more easily, and we're able to work closely with them to organise our activities. Also through them we can have access to the foster carers themselves.
With foster carers, we ensure that we enable them to come onto campus. So as well as running the events for the young people, we always invite foster carers and support workers along, so they get to experience what the young people are going through, see the benefits at a face value.
I think it would be good if a lot of foster carers could support other foster carers to give them the information about the university.
We had to go in and find out the information, so if they had some knowledge of, you know, what they're entitled to, or the university have knowledge of what the young person is entitled to, and they're more open with the foster carers, then, you know, that would help a great deal.
Foster carers are extremely important, and we work with foster carers that are registered with local authorities, and we also do quite a lot of work with the independent fostering agencies, which are considerable now. And one of the key things that I've found is that a lot of foster carers don't themselves have experience of higher education, and so there are some myths still existing about what kind of student usually goes to university, and what the fees and funding situation is.
One of the conferences we had recently was the first one I'd known in Middlesbrough, where you had teachers and social workers and residential care homes sitting in the same forum discussing the same things, all with an interest in care and all with an interest in education.
I think universities need to almost be a little bit humble when they're working with virtual schools, and recognise that the virtual schools, they're the ones that are working with these young people, so they know, so listen to them and work with them collaboratively rather than sort of giving things to them. It's a joint thing.
I met up with the designated care support team here. I also met up with the widening participation team and got involved with them.
And one of the results of some of the training we've done lately was that some of our rewards to children are going to be called EduCare points, so that kids can see that social workers, residential care homes and teachers are all talking together. We're all their corporate parent and we really want the best for them.
So if there's a message to go out to universities, yes, we feel there's a duty, but the duty also has to have real outcomes. They can't be just about, we have done this, therefore we think it's made a difference. It might have made a difference to a small group of children at that moment, but actually what's the impact long term? So engaging in programs has to be a joint relationship where we learn off each other. It has to be about targeting exactly what we need from each other so that we can make sure that children stay on track. And it has to be one where it's an evolving program which belongs to both the university and is the intellectual right of every stakeholder that's involved in developing that program.